Imagine walking into your favorite coffee shop, and a stranger in expensive suit slides $500 bills across the counter and asks you to be his fake girlfriend for the day. Would you say yes, or would you run? You've probably seen this scenario play out in movies, rom-coms, and those feel-good stories that make you believe in magic again. But here's the thing. This isn't just some Hollywood fantasy anymore. Stories like this are happening in real life, and they reveal something deeper about loneliness, human connection, and the weird ways we try to fill the emptiness inside us. Today we're diving into why a successful CEO would offer a stranger $500 to pretend to be his date, what this says about modern relationships, and whether money can actually buy companionship. Stick around because what you're about to hear might change how you see success, loneliness, and love. Let's set the scene. Picture this. A guy walks into a cafe. He's wearing a tailored suit that probably costs more than most people's rent. His watch catches the light every time he moves his wrist. He orders a black coffee, no sugar, no cream. He's the kind of person who looks like he has everything figured out. But here's what you don't see. The exhaustion in his eyes. The way his shoulders slump just a little when he thinks no one's watching. The fact that he's about to attend a family, wedding, or a business event where everyone will ask him the same question. Where's your plus one? Why are you still single? When are you settling down? And that's when he sees her. The girl working behind the counter. She's got a warm smile, the kind that makes you feel like everything's going to be okay. She laughs at something a customer says. She moves through the cafe like she belongs there, like she's comfortable in her own skin. And suddenly, this CEO has an idea. A crazy, desperate, slightly ridiculous idea. He walks up to the counter, pulls out 5 crisp $100 bills, and makes an offer she never saw coming. Will you pretend to be my date for a day? Now, before we judge him too harshly, let's talk about why someone would even do this. On the surface, it sounds absurd. This guy has money. He has status. He probably has connections that could get him a real date without breaking a sweat. So why is he offering a stranger cash to fake it? The answer is simpler and sadder than you think. He's lonely. Not the kind of lonely where you feel a little bored on a Friday night. We're talking about the deep, aching loneliness that comes from being surrounded by people who only see your success, not your humanity. Studies have shown that loneliness is at an all-time high, especially among high achievers. A report from Cigna found that over 60% of adults in America feel lonely, and that number is even higher for people in leadership positions. CEOs, entrepreneurs, executives. These are people who spend their days making big decisions, managing teams, and chasing goals. But when the workday ends, they go home to empty apartments. They scroll through their phones and realize they don't have anyone to call just to talk. Success doesn't cure loneliness. Sometimes it makes it worse. And here's where it gets complicated. This CEO doesn't want a real relationship. At least, not right now. Real relationships take time, effort, vulnerability. They require you to open up, to risk rejection, to let someone see the messy parts of you. But he doesn't have time for that. Or maybe he's scared. So instead, he offers money. Because money is something he understands. It's transactional. It's clean. It's a shortcut to solving a problem that probably can't be solved with cash. Now let's talk about the girl. She's standing there with $500 in front of her, and she has a choice to make. Does she laugh it off and walk away? Does she feel insulted? Or does she see an opportunity? Maybe she's struggling to pay rent. Maybe she's working 2 jobs just to get by. Maybe she's curious about what it's like to step into a different world for a day. Whatever her reason, let's say she agrees. And just like that, they have a deal. So what happens next? They go to the event together. She plays the role. She smiles at his colleagues, makes small talk with his family, laughs at his jokes. To everyone else, they look like the perfect couple. But beneath the surface, something interesting starts to happen. They start talking. Really talking. Not the surface level stuff you say to fill the silence, but real conversations. She tells him about her dreams, the things she's afraid of, the reason she took this weird job in the first place. And he opens up too. He admits that he's tired, that he doesn't remember the last time someone asked him how he was doing and actually cared about the answer. That he built this whole life, but somewhere along the way, he forgot to build a life worth living. And here's the twist. The thing that makes this story more than just a transaction. Connection doesn't care about contracts. You can't fake chemistry. You can't script genuine moments. Even though this whole thing started as a business deal, something real starts to grow between them. Because at the end of the day, we're all just humans looking for someone who sees us. Not our job title, not our bank account, not the highlight reel we post on social media. Just us. But let's pump the brakes for a second. Because this is where things get messy. Can you actually buy companionship? The short answer is no. You can rent someone's time. You can pay them to show up, to smile, to play a part. But you can't buy the butterflies in your stomach when they laugh at your joke. You can't purchase the warmth you feel when they remember something small you said 3 days ago. You can't put a price tag on the moment when someone looks at you and makes you feel like you matter. There's actually a whole industry built around this. Paid companionship services exist all over the world. In Japan, there are rent-a-friend companies where you can hire someone to hang out with you. No strings attached. In the US, there are professional cuddlers, people you pay just to hold you because human touch is something we're all starving for. And yeah, there are escort services too, though those come with a whole different set of complications. The point is, loneliness has become so widespread that people are willing to pay for the widespread that people are willing to pay for the illusion of connection. But here's the problem. The illusion always ends. The event finishes. The day is over. She goes back to her life and he goes back to his. And that emptiness he was trying to fill? It's still there. Maybe even bigger now because he got a taste of what real connection feels like. And he knows it wasn't real. Or was it? This is the question that haunts stories like this. When does something fake become real? If two people genuinely enjoy each other's company, does it matter how they met? If they laughed together, cried together, shared their secrets, is it still just a transaction? Or does it become something more? There's no easy answer. But what we do know is this. Loneliness is an epidemic. It's killing people faster than smoking. Studies from Brigham Young University found that loneliness increases your risk of early death by 26%. It's linked to depression, anxiety, heart disease, and even dementia. And it doesn't discriminate. Rich or poor, famous or unknown, young or old. We're all vulnerable to it. So what's the solution? Spoiler alert, it's not hiring a fake date. The real answer is harder and scarier. It's putting down your phone and having real conversations. It's being vulnerable even when it's uncomfortable. It's building genuine relationships that take time and then effort and sometimes break your heart. It's accepting that success means nothing if you have no one to share it with. And it's realizing that the person you're looking for might not be in a boardroom or at a networking event. They might be right in front of you, serving you coffee, if you just take the time to see them. This CEO's story is a mirror. It reflects a society where we're more connected than ever, but lonelier than we've ever been. Where we swipe left and right but struggle to make eye contact. where we have thousands of followers but no one to call at 2 in the morning. And maybe, just maybe, it's a wake-up call. Because if a successful person with everything is willing to pay a stranger just to feel less alone, what does that say about all of us? The girl at the cafe didn't just take his money. She gave him something he couldn't buy. A reminder that he's human, that he's seen, that he matters. And maybe that's worth more than $500. Maybe that's priceless. If this story hit you differently, there's another one coming up next that you absolutely need to see.